Hello YouTube, this is Jeremy here, playing for you the Stanley Parable, a game of which I know nothing. Riley just kind of handed me some cash and was like, hey, buy this game and play it. So I then proceeded to spend that money on hookers and blow before torrenting this game. Here we go, and begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what orders. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm not running the greatest system here.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'd like to first say that narrator has quite a lovable voice. Okay, let's just get a feel for this. Oh, there's my... Okay, that's something. Okay, alright. Let's proceed.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I was gonna prepare a script for this game, but Riley said I wouldn't have to. So, considering it's about 3 o'clock in the morning.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Considering it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I've decided to just go with that because chronic insomnia and a lack of planning.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'll ball up inside, take it out. That's... Oh my god, I want one more. Using slides? Oh my god. These headlines. This is great. Synergize core value expenditures. Shift global market. Parrot. I guess there's an E under that. Monetize free to play. Right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Fuck you, game. Let's look for Easter eggs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy.
This game just
and then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Is it gonna go on? Oh, okay. Still here. All right.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
For a second, I thought this was gonna turn into a horror game.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Holy shit. I really didn't think that would happen. We seldom do. Oh man, this game totally just where was my first choice? I wanna go back. Okay, yeah, we're doing this again. I wanna do my first choice over.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
That was different narration. No, I want to go back to my first choice and redo it. Okay. Here it
When
is.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, that's the same, I guess.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's do it. Let's stop by some employee lounge and whatnot.
Whoa. Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
This is
It had really
admirable,
been
yes.
worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yeah, wow.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Holy crap. Wait. Was that a narration, like a choice thing? No, I'm gonna keep going.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Is that the... Ooh. No, defiant to the end.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This game's a dick. Alright, what do we have now? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion, cause death. Well, guess what I'm doing?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
Assholes.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
This is too much. That's rich. Okay. I'm enjoying this. But I'm kind of curious what my other choices could have been on that route. Whatever. Let's try again. Okay, what do we have?
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
I enjoy how that one changes. Or that one changes, not how, because I don't actually know how it changes, because I don't understand programming. I enjoy that it changes.
When Stanley came to a set
To
of
the right.
2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
we'll
just to
the
admire
lounge.
it.
I don't know if I want to take the door or the
Yes,
platform.
this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley
yeah,
took the first
seemed kind of
open door on
interesting,
his
actually,
left.
Seemed really interesting in this room. So I'm going to go this way. He's going to tell me that...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
So
ago.
let's use this platform. Let's not jump off this time.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
This game is fucking amazing.
Let me prove it. Let me
Holy
prove
shit.
that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
This is too good. Holy crap. I want... Okay. Where am I now? Where's another choice I can make? That's...
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope. I like where this is going.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Am I going? Is it good?
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, what is this?
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
A place where I can duck.
Tell you what.
Since I
Let
have
me take
the
a stab
function.
in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go.
Whoa.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, now he's telling me to go to the place that looks interesting. Oh shit. I don't know, man. Ah, damn it. Oh, I've come this far just to have this option given to me, but oh no. What?
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I mean, it's kind of cool, you know. I mean,
Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
this game is so beautiful. What the hell? Worldwide leaderboard. Leaderboard? What the fuck? Good old... The fuck is this shit? 2 seconds? Yeah, fucking right. Holy shit. This stuff is crazy. Oh, jeez. That's great. Okay. I'm amused. This is good. Fuck. Let's go to the left door now. This one I'm supposed to take, right? Yeah.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
That was a dick move. I mean, it did. Like, you know, after I was done looking at it. But then I was left... fuck. Yeah, I guess it did.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh my god. No, loading screens. No, my computer doesn't handle these very well. Okay, let's... Damn, this game is just... Wow. I really didn't see this stuff coming.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
This guy's a dick. He wants me to save a baby, but I can't do it because I'm just... Oh, I can't do it. No, I can't... Fuck you, narrator.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
What the hell?
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, no, another loading. Yep, there's a loading screen. Okay. Let's, oh, this is going all right, I guess. All right, good. Let's try to get... What the
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
I'm going to admit something.
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for
I hate
you.
Minecraft.
From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Where is he? Where is he?
This will go here. No, here. And then...
This is so incredibly amusing.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
I don't think I actually have any other choice here. I'm kind of stuck. I can't jump or anything. I can only crouch. Let's do it. Let me in.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect?
Wonderful.
It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Ah, fucking hell. Come on. Oh, sweet. Alright. Well, jeez. Wow.
Oh, my. It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
There's nothing there. I guess this is why the crouch function is in there. Well. Yeah. I complained, and I guess I was given...
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
This is really... Oh, okay, good, because I was just getting lost in that ethereal darkness and whatnot. So, probably best that we move along and are not inhibited by that shitty Minecraft experience. Although, I did enjoy the narrator with his little quips. It heartwarming. What is this? Ooh, this is bumping. Wait, that sounds familiar. What the hell is this?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Oh.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Holy shit, I am loving this. This would explain why when installing the game, it did mention GLaDOS as one of the little, I don't know, blurbs in the installation process.
Oh,
so I'm
it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Okay, how do we pick things up? Okay, good. You know, that's simple enough.
Genius.
Because I'm using...
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
Oh.
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I highly doubt you're...
Shit. Oh. Okay. It's a shame that I interrupted him. I was enjoying his dialogue. Where am I going now? I have really pissed this guy off. Holy crap. Where the hell? Oh no. Oh, where's the end? Okay, alright, that wasn't too bad. Let's go this way. Why? Because oh. No, let's go this way. I really don't know where I am now. This game took a crazy... Whoa. What? Is this... Oh, am I going back to the beginning now? Oh, cool. Alright, let's check this out. Yeah, 427, I think that's the office. Sweet. Is this wait, no, this isn't the office. This isn't what it looks like. Okay, well, let's take a different path, I guess. I need, like, a sprint option. What just happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
God.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
And I can't do anything. This guy's voice is really comforting. Like, even when he's seething in this cold hatred. Alright. Okay, loading screen's going by, okay. So, alright. Let's load it up. Load it up! Come on! Give it one more go. One more round of this. One more. I want to... Let's satisfy this guy this time, okay? Let's give him what he wants, I suppose.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it
Yeah,
look
we've heard
like?
this one before.
There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Alright, so left door.
When Stanley came to a set
Yeah,
of
left
two
door.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
All right,
Hoping he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Office,
walked
kind of
upstairs
where
to his
the
boss's
staircase
office.
goes. No, it's not a good idea.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Okay, here we go.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, yeah. Alright, okay. This is cool. This is cool. I mean, following instructions, but whatever. Loading screen. Fuck. Get. Can we get through this? Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it through this loading screen? Is this where it ends? Are we gonna... Come on! Yes!
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, let's do it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh, it's tempting. But I really pissed the guy off last time. Let's just do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he the strength to find out?
Did he what the strength? That just kind of messed up for me. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Nothing at all. In a world. Alright, let's continue, I guess.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, let's do that, I guess. Idle awaiting inputs. Alright, let's do it. Let's end this shit right up. Ooh. I guess. Oh, that was loud. Okay. And here we are loading again, I guess. Don't you just love these things? I know I do. Just like I love all of you. I love you guys so much. Oh, okay. I thought that was
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won!
Oh.
He had defeated the machine!
It's the light!
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
That was such a beautiful monologue.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ah, we just made a full circle. How do you like that? It was an alright story the narrator wanted to tell. 3 out of 5, maybe. Solid. It could be a background in a movie, you know. Like if it was a person and that rating was for appearance. Yeah, background character. That's what that story is. Alright guys, and girls, don't want to be sexist or anything. Hope you enjoyed this run of the Stanley Parable, which turned out to not be nearly as long as I thought it would be. Well, I mean, to get through it. I mean, once I discovered that I messed up that first time there, like, what the hell? You know, you get what I'm saying. It's not that difficult to comprehend, I'm sure. See you guys.